Hello and welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Thursday, February 16th, 2017. Stocks has a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice, not making any recommendations, always for your further homework. We always start our videos off with a look at the Russell Index, and for that we use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000, and we step back to take a look at it on a 5-year monthly time frame. We always start with a look at the Russell because we always want to make sure that the market is in an overall uptrend and showing strength before we put any new individual names forward for our watch list. So with that, let's get into today's video. We were keeping an eye on this light blue shaded line, which offered resistance back here in 2015. Market hit that area and sold off, but as you can see in the month of November, we moved through that light blue shaded line. And here is December, January, and February so far. These are the monthly candles. First thing I want you to note is that we're coming into an area, we are at an area, slightly above it, that offered prior resistance. So we want to be careful here, but as long as price is up and over, we use the 8-day EMA as our guide. On the daily, we deem the markets to be showing strength. So that's the look on the big monthly chart. Now let's take it out to the 1-year weekly. Regular viewers know we've been keeping an eye on this wedge pattern on the IWM and this more minor area of daily support. This is the blue line that goes back all the way on our 5-year chart. This is the little wedge that we were keeping an eye on. Price moved up and out of our wedge and up and over this prior area of resistance on the daily. You can see this was our anchor candle. We're up and over that area, but the futures this morning are looking a little soft. To me, we're still in the area where you want to be super careful. Going to move it away from the 1-year weekly to the 3-month daily. This was yesterday's price action. There's our more minor area of support. So as long as we can stay up and over this area and up and over the blue line, which is the 8-day EMA, we deem the market to be showing strength. So with price up and over the 8-day EMA, we will be putting a new chart forward for our watch list today. And so the chart that we're going to add to our watch list today is BP, petroleum. It's a huge, many of you will be familiar with BP, huge international oil and gas company providing customers with fuel for transportation, energy, heat, light, retail services, petrochemicals, you name it, BP does it. You know what, Chart of the Day Cafe? It's all about value. BP has a current value score that is really nice and high. Second thing I look for is growth, and BP has a current forecasted earnings growth rate of 24%. Third thing I look for, can't always get, it's not a must. Value and growth is a must. A dividend yield is not a must, but in this case it is there, and oh my gosh, the current dividend yield on BP is 7.10%. That is a really nice high number. And PE ratio right now is 26.20. So with that, let's get into the chart. We're looking at the 2-year weekly chart. You can see that overall BP is in an uptrend and sitting at support. So this orange line is an area of support that goes back a long way. It's just my rough area of support. Goes back a long way on the 5-year chart. The 2-year chart is trending higher, and BP has come into this area where it may possibly want to lift. So let's move it away from the 2-year weekly to the 6-month daily. We can see that BP is past earnings, by the way, and with that kind of a dividend yield sitting at this area of support, I would not be too surprised to see it lift. Everyone has their own way of doing things, and I'm not making any suggestions, but at Chart of the Day Cafe, it's all about price being up and over the 3. We want the 3, which is the pink, crossing the blue. The blue is the 8-day EMA, and this is our main guide. The blue line, the 8-day EMA. When price, the pink moves across the blue, we are interested. This is where we want to be. When it crosses below like this, we are no longer interested. So it looks as though in a continued strong market environment, and that's a big if, we always want to be careful there, but wouldn't be too surprised to see BP lift here. Keeping an eye on it for our watch list. It's a really great one that I'm keen to add. We always want to take a look at the sector that our watch list pick is in, and for that we're going to look at XLE, which is the ETF for the energy sector. We're looking at the 2-year weekly chart. We can see, like BP, that it's in an overall uptrend and sitting at an area of support. These candles look perky to me. Would not be surprised to see them lift here. So we just want to know that the sector that BP is in, uptrending overall, sitting at an area of support. Let's move it away from the weekly to the daily chart, and we can see that it's looking as though it may want to lift here. It's all about, again, I reiterate, Chart of the Day Cafe, it's all about price being up and over that blue 8-day EMA. We always like to take a look at FinViz for our picks to see if our watch list pick has analyst support, and as you can see, BP has some recent upgrades, one dated January 30th, Societe Generale from hold to buy, Credit Suisse from neutral to outperform. Always a good thing. We always like to take a look at seasonality as well. This is from equityclock.com, an excellent site. And as you can see, BP comes into seasonal favor right about this time of year and usually has a nice run. No guarantee that happens again this year, absolutely not. The markets will do what the markets will do, but it's always nice to know that you have that in your favor when looking at a chart. And finally, I'm going to include this article from thestreet.com dated, February 9th. BP looks good long-term buy. I will include this with today's video. And so let's go back and check our boxes for BP. We took a look at the Russell Index. The market is in an overall uptrend with price up and over the 8-day EMA on the daily chart. Check the box. We looked at the sector that BP is in. 2-year chart is trending higher and it's at an area of support. We looked at XLE and it may possibly, emphasis on possibly, lift here. Check the box. BP, like the sector that it's in, is in an overall uptrend on the 2-year chart and at an area of support. It's got an excellent value score. It's got a great growth score with a forecasted earnings growth rate of 24%. A dividend yield of 7.10%. That's an incredibly high dividend yield. Really like that. Does not have a 3 and 8 cross yet, so we are not going to check that box. We're going to wait. At least that's the way we do it at Chart of the Day Cafe. We looked at seasonality. It's got seasonality in its favor. It's coming into a period of seasonal strength. And then we looked at FinViz. We can see that it's had some recent upgrades and it's getting analyst support. The current PE is 26.20 and it is past earnings. As a reminder, I just wanted to say if you like our videos, please hit the subscribe button on our homepage and become a regular subscriber. Also want to encourage folks to check out our discussion section. I put my videos out every Tuesday, Thursday, but Monday through Thursday I will put little notes in the discussion section giving you the heads up on recent picks that have 3 and 8 crosses. Many of our picks have done super well, so it's all about protecting those profits and keeping an eye on the 3 and 8. At least that's the way we do it at Chart of the Day Cafe. With that, I will say goodbye and we'll put our next video out on Tuesday. Thanks very much.